Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Ravens Outpost. How's everybody doing? How's it in the rainforest there, Ray Ray? That was too funny. That cracked me up. Just because you got a little dehumidifier or a humidifier going. The walls aren't sweating, but I think I'm growing gills. That's great. Oh, can you hear anything going in the background? Can y'all hear anything going in the background? I'll just. Dope. Hold on just a second here. Oh, well, poop. Anywho. Yeah, this night's just a hangout and BS night for a couple of hours. I don't even know what all else is on right now. Well, not anybody else is live streaming right now. All right. What's up, what's up, what's up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What's up, Donald? Just waiting for a few more people to roll in here, maybe. I yell like it's you're across the room and I'm trying to talk to you. I don't know why I do that. Probably blowing everybody's eardrums out. That's just, I don't know. My apologies. Oh, okay. He's got good content, man. I'm surprised he doesn't have more subs than what he does. He's got some really good content. Well, I've been trying to get caught up on some reading. I'm trying to educate myself on a lot of this stuff I'm talking about, getting a little bit more in-depth knowledge. Thinking, might want to go back to college. Lord have mercy. Well, I started running my mouth with fewer people out here than this. Texas on? Talking Dog Man? Why do I not have a See, I'm subbed to Texas channel. And I don't get any notification that he's on. Sometimes I don't get notification when anybody's on. That sucks. Yeah, I need to do more researching. I'm going to be doing some of that tonight. Fix me a pot of coffee. I know this is early, but there's a lot of people who follow me who can't can't join the live streams because it's just too damn late. Like I've got a few folk they're in the UK and Sweden that follow me. Norway, they follow me, and they just can't because they're just up too late. The main rabbit hole and Dogman at nighttime. The main rabbit hole is kind of what I've been harping on for the past couple of nights. My thing is with frequencies now, and how our emotions trigger frequencies. I watched that link, that TED Talk you sent me, Ray. I watched that. It was really interesting. Both of them. Frequencies in the paranormal, right? And I think it's relevant. I think it's more relevant than people give it credit for. How often have you seen on these ghost hunting shows where they're using the K2 meter, the EMF detector? What's it running on? How's it detecting the EMFs? Through a frequency. There's a certain amount of energy that's in the vicinity, and it reads it. What is it? It's frequencies. And what is a ghost manipulating? A frequency. I use Ghost Box, right? And this new thing that a lot of you are going to be like, why you want to do that for? But I'm going to tell you, I'm wanting to build a spirit portal. I saw Brent Thomas use one. The first time I've actually seen one used, and that's when he was with Duke. That was almost 2 years. That was 2 years ago? Golly day. That's creeping up almost 2 years ago that they did that. Was it 2 years ago or 3? Holy crap, it might have been pre-pandemic. I think Brent Thomas and Don Longbeard both went with Duke Sullivan on an expedition in Montana, and Brent used one. He used a spirit portal that somebody built, right? And I know what to put together. You're using a ghost box through a series of noise gates and distortion. It's not distortion, no, it's a reverb. That's a noise gate and a reverb pedal through a small amplifier. You guys, you can't see it. There it is. That's my mini speaker. That's my mini portal. I just need the ghost box and the two pedals and all the cable to put it together. Yeah, they're really cool. But what happens is you're running. It actually helps filter the sounds out better from the Ghost Box. Ghost Box is a modified FM receiver. And it just cycles through radio stations at a high rate of speed. And the theory is, and this from what I hear, from what I heard from my ears, is that the spirits manipulate the frequency. And when they do that, you'll be able to hear key words. And lots of times they're able to talk to you, which is cool as hell, man. Brent, if you're watching, that right there inspired me to do this, and it's been 3 years in the making, and I just hadn't gotten around to do it. Every time I attempt to do it, something else takes the funds from my little stash to put everything together. But I'm gonna do it. The one thing I want to do is I really want to get back out in the field. This summer, I'm hoping I'll be going out to Nevada, and it's nothing set in stone, but I'll be going out to Nevada and be hanging out with my nephew, and he's going to be showing me all the hot spots, and we're going to do some ghost hunting, which will be really cool. And I'm planning on catching it all on video and sending it all to you. So, and I think maybe it might be clear enough out there where I can actually live stream it, which should be even cooler. But anywho, frequencies. According to most the fringe scientists, I guess you'd call them, when we're talking about frequencies, they say we're all on a frequency. We're talking about different dimensions. I think that sometimes some of these entities that are spotted, like say the shadow people, when you hear about those, I think they might be transdimensional, where they're kind of their frequencies are they kind of fluctuate, and they're able to pop in and out. I don't know whether it's intentional or whether it's accidental or what, but sometimes with some of the stories, the way they go is some of these shadow beings are malevolent. Now you could put them in line with demons or devils. Not all of them. I don't think any of them that my wife has seen have been malevolent at all. They haven't been evil at all, not that I know of. They're just kind of scary to look at. They're there and they're gone. I've seen them myself. She's a little bit more open to talk about it now than she used to be. It's like you're right. Another day in the life. Well, I guess that's to us. I guess it wouldn't be. When we're talking that, and I agree with this too. We're all energy. We're all a certain wavelength. We all have our own frequency, which is really cool when you break it down and when you think about it. And different entities from different dimensions, different frequencies. Yeah. But what if you're able to adjust your frequency? What if some beings were able to adjust their frequency and knew what they were doing and were able to slip from one dimension to another because of that slight change of frequency? I mean, how cool would that be? Or how terrifying would that be? I mean, you could go either way, I think. I mean, seriously. You've got and people who doubt this is so, quantum physics, although a lot of it's theoretical, there's a lot of it that is not, and it's based on a lot of hard science. Okay, and this hard science is feeding these theories, which, hey, they're plausible when you break it down. And with quantum physics, they talk about the infinite dimensions. They talk about, parallel universes where there's, each one of us has a doppelganger in another universe, right? And something happens and they live slightly different lives. Each one does, right? And it's always made me think about, especially lately, since I've really learned about this, is the differences in frequencies, meaning the difference between heaven and hell. Most of the text I remember when I was a kid is hell is in the down below and heaven's up above. But what if that's just perception? What if that was just perception? And okay, here's something for everybody. Dolores Cannon, Convoluted Universe Books. It's good stuff. Good stuff. But like I said, maybe it's just perception. You get a lot of folks out here who talk about the portals that are made. That Sasquatch supposedly jumped through. They're cloaking. They're coming up with all types of different theories as to how they do that. But what if they do exactly what people say they do? Cloak like the predator. Now, there's a lot of us who want to look at it like, maybe it's just natural camouflage. Maybe they have the hollow hair follicles that cause them to refract light and appear invisible. I don't know. Some of that just doesn't wash with me. It just doesn't. Now, I can see that as a natural camouflage. It would be freaking awesome if that's the fact. If they could just blend in so completely that they just seem like they disappear. But to be there 1 minute and gone the next, that would take a massive amount of energy to do. Come on, let's think about that. Yeah, I think it did for me. Yeah, there we go. Hypnotism. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm thinking about, you know, the retrotherapy. I believe it's possible too. I believe, okay, I've done a little research on my own, just following a few breadcrumbs here and there. And where we've talked about how certain people are haunted. You know, you've got haunted places, haunted land, and then there's haunted people. And why are these people haunted? What caused a spirit or entity to attach itself to this one person? Why do some people see cryptids and others do not? Is a certain frequency that causes this to happen? What type of person is it that draws this type of energy in? Or does, like another day in a life, a major event? Now, I see what you're saying here. I feel like a major event, maybe even a minor one, who knows, a new branch creates its own timeline. Okay, what if we say this? You have an event in your life that changes your outlook on life. And in turn, kind of either dials up or dials down your personal frequency, where things are different. You are different because of your elevated or lowered mood. And if you stay that way, if you're in a heightened, elevated state, or if you're in a depressed state, that affect your vibrational frequency, thus making you either less or more susceptible to paranormal encounters. Now, didn't Carrie say he lost a pile of his kinfolk right there in a row? I mean, it was like one right after another. I believe it was him who was talking about that. And it was after that he was hunting, and it was after that he had his encounter. Yeah. This too. This too. I believe that's also a fact. There's some people who have an uncanny sense of direction. There's some hikers who just don't get lost. Their internal compass is just, they can tell which way to go. And this right here, I've heard my entire life it comes in threes. I've heard my entire life it comes in threes. And if for any of you who are tuning in and think this might sound woo-woo, don't. It's not. It's science. It's science. We're looking into the metaphysical. The possibilities of there being people out here who are so in tune with their surroundings that they never get lost. They're so in tune with their surroundings that they attract supernatural beings. The universe speaks in numbers. I don't know if it's science though. That sounds a lot like science to me. And there's a few scientists out here who are heavily in the faith. All right, whether they be Christian or Muslim, they're heavily in their faith. Buddhist, whatever, and they're heavily in the faith, and they look at the universe, and it's numbers broken down. Everything is numbers. I mean, you look at binary code. The building blocks of all this technology we've got at our fingertips is a series of zeros and ones. 0 and 1. Right? And when they're put together, they're a frequency. And you're absolutely right, Ray. Understand the 369 and understand the universe. Exactly. Tesla often said that most of all of his ideas came from the nether. He was like a conduit. He was a conduit, and it all flowed through him. Exactly. You look at the dial on your radio. 96.3, 92.5. It's a frequency number. It's all a number. Right? You tune into it. What's it say? Something about us doesn't change, or hasn't changed at some point in our life, to make us more susceptible to having a paranormal encounter, or what would be judged nowadays as a paranormal encounter. Downloads, right? It's all a series of ones and zeros when it comes to the tech we have right now. When we get right down to the baseline of information, it's all a series of ones and zeros, binary code. So yeah, I believe the universe is numbers. We all have our own frequency. And some of us are more in tune with it than others. I also believe too that if you're here tonight and you've had an experience whatsoever, I judge you as being one of the lucky ones. And if it's changed your life in any form or fashion, and it's caused you to look at the world in a different light, I consider you one of the lucky ones, in my honest opinion. Because when I look around me and I see how many people are just have the wool pulled right over their eyes, and they're content. And that heavy wool blanket over their face is just a comfort to them. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like we were talking about earlier today, our government, along with I'm sure the British government's been on it, and also the Russian government, back when the Soviet Union was in power. They're, oh crap. Come on, kitty. Don't pay no attention to this wagging tail right here. Gosh almighty. Caused me to lose my train of thought, you hussy. Anyway, the governments know all about it. By all means, they know all about it. They've already disclosed all the information about it. Don't be sitting on that. Go on now. She likes to plop her butt right down on my keyboard. That's what she likes to do. She just likes to screw with my shit. You can see the cat. I see that. So, yeah, they know. They've used people to gather information. Miles. Well, I love my kitties. I do. They got their place too. I got my dogs. I got my cats. I love them all. They can be little assholes, but you know. That's right. Look at her. She's just staring right at me. She's a sweet girl. Anyhow. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. That's right. But frequency is a big deal. That's where I'm going to start concentrating a lot of my reading, where I'm going to do a little bit of my own research. Absolutely. We're seeing that play out currently. Absolutely. Excuse me, Mom. Have a little tea. Oh, you mean when he warned us of the military-industrial complex? Absolutely. Very well aware. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of this started. Hmm. I would be honest. I'd say it started playing out right around the 1700s, around the Revolutionary War. Oh, absolutely, it's played out. When we're looking at Egypt, when we go back that far, we're looking at there's a civilization that was far more advanced than our own. Um, they did a test on some of the bore marks in some of the stone, and this was back in 83, I want to say. Between this late 60s to the mid to late 70s, that they did a boring test. Okay, and there's a lot of people who would tell you, and all right, let's start off with everything we were taught about Egypt when we were in school. It could fill a dice bag, really, and that the Egypts, the pyramids of Giza were constructed to house the tomb of pharaohs, right? Which is total bullshit. Okay, let's call it what it is. That is total bullshit. There was the Egyptians that lived back then during the construction of the pyramids were far more advanced technologically than we are today. We've had, I would say there's been a couple of cataclysms over the extent of Earth's life, right? Indeed. Yes, and they were more spiritually attuned. Um, According to some experts, I think there may be one hieroglyph, one hieroglyph that depicts Egyptians working on stone. They were chiseling stone. And from the looks of it, they measured out, according to that hieroglyph, they measured it out for, you know, the engravings for the hieroglyphs they were going to put on the stone. Now we're getting into the conversation. Can you elaborate on that? How do you feel about that? You say that we have never you don't believe we ever lost technology. What exactly do you mean by that? Is that it was misplaced or it was taken away from us? What? I'll tell you this one theory that I heard the other night that made me giggle my hind end off. And that is how some people believe how they moved these gargantuan 80-ton stones across the desert. And that's shifting it across the sands. I kid you not. They said they would wet the sand and shift it across the sand. I ducked my head and laughed out loud. You know, I've often said one of the greatest tragedies of humankind was the burning of the library in Alexandria, because so much information was stored there. But according to some scholars, the Vatican houses 50 plus miles, 50 plus miles of shelf space. Holding written text, scrolls, and whatnot, tablets, you name it. It's at the Vatican, according to some scholars. Now, you have to have a certain scholarly degree, and you must, to gain access to any of these texts, you have to jump through an astronomical amount of hoops to get in there, and it has to be a specific text that you're looking for. It can't be just, oh, I'm just going to read it all. Nope. You can't do that. No. You've got to be looking for something in particular, and you've got to jump through all these hoops to get in there just to read it. Wild, huh? Yeah. There could be other places that, I'm, Exactly. You're only allowed to look at the exact thing you get permission for. That's it. Like I said, it's you word it so much better, Ray. You're only allowed to look at the exact thing you get permission for. Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate that. Sometimes what I say, it's clear as mud. No, ma'am, they do not. They're highly guarded. It's funny how the Vatican is its own country, inside a country, and it has its own extradition laws. That's crazy, ain't it? A place of many secrets, many secrets. That's what I've heard too. Oh, it goes really deep. Really deep. Seeing as the Vatican bought land, was it Arizona or New Mexico? I can't remember which state, but they have their own telescope. They have their own telescope to observe the stars. There you go. They'll always come through. Thank you. The altar of Lucifer, the light bearer. Now, why would you name it that? Seriously. Colorado. Yes. I think it was at Four Corners somewhere. I couldn't remember. Boom. Hey, Ray. Why don't you come on? Kind of joking, but kind of not. But I think it's really interesting. There's a lot I'm trying to learn. A lot I'm trying to learn. I know you're sick. I know. I'm just being a shit. Just asking. Thought I'd ask, you know. But yeah. How's it in the rainforest? That was so funny. A harp. You're familiar with a harp. There's something I'm looking into. I'm doing a little bit more research on the CERN project. Craziness. See, a lot of these books aren't readily available. At your local library. You've got to buy. You find these texts and buy them. You all right there, little girl? You okay? Okay. Right. Right. That's why I brought up CERN. Yep. Um, most of the reason why I know anything about that, Tony Merkel, man, he's done his research. He's had a few people on that just, yeah, I'm going to go through his archives too. We have so much information available that, we just, some of it we don't have to look too hard for, others we do. Yep, DARPA. Doom, ba-dum. That's our philosophy around here. Is all connected. Indeed. Yes. You're sitting back wondering if there's only two of you in chat right now. Yep. Well, it was a satanic ritual. I mean, everything they were using, right down to the Baphomet. Now, going back to one of my ongoing investigations, I'm going to be getting back in touch with them here sometime this week to see if anything's has changed. Um, yeah, absolutely. In the description or in the about column, you should be able to find my email address. Or I could just go ahead and give it to you. fmcnew@gmail.com. Absolutely. Absolutely. I absolutely would. I'd appreciate that. Because, I mean, I don't claim to know everything. I don't at all. I'm here to learn. Um, cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. Indeed, it is. That's cool. Yes. Networking, baby. Networking. Oh, boy. Yes. Please do. Catch me up. I've got I've got more questions than answers, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm enjoying the ride though. At first it was a little scary, but I've gotten used to these bumps in the road. Absolutely. I've had so many different encounters when it comes to, well, everything. The other night when you guys first saw me on Mo's show, um, and he asked me to tell my story, I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, what do you want to hear? Because I could write a book on some of the stuff I've seen and some of things I've experienced and went through in my lifetime. Um, I've got a lot of personal experience, but wondering why is my biggest thing. It's not a question of does it happen. I already know it does. Um, from my first encounter with a cryptid, you know, I realized, that something was strange. And I started noticing how there's a lot of people who have cryptid encounters, and that's, they have Bigfoot encounters. And Westwood, you ever had any other encounters, like, anything paranormal, like seeing ghosts or lights or anything like that? And usually they're like, well, yeah. Well, that's interesting. Paranormal YT. What? That's awesome. That's awesome. Paranormal YT guy. That's wow. All right. YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, shit. And you're right, Ray. It is all a quest. I've been on that quest a while, and like I said, I've got a lot of catching up to do. I seen him in Moggs's chat. Yeah, I saw him there. I gotta slap some WD-40 on this chair. It creaks too damn much. Can you hear it? God. Anywho, I'm looking at eventually, expanding. Hey, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up? I've been baffled for 60 years. Oh, God, I feel you, I feel you. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, but getting back to, being on Moses' show, when he asked me to, tell my story, I really did give the abbreviated Cliff Notes version of everything that's happened to me. Papa, all right, all right, all right. How you doing? Glad to see you back. Welcome back. Okay. All right. I appreciate that. How you doing, Papa C? Ta-dum. Frequencies and the paranormal. Just sick of cabin fever, I hear you. Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. This, yeah. I'll tell you what. This is what I've really been wanting is a network. You know, get together with a bunch of folks that I can talk to, bounce ideas off of, and get answers back. Indeed. See, that's right. That's right. I'm all about that. And at one point in time, I kind of let my guard down a little bit. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to try and keep it as professional as I possibly can, but without being such a stiff shirt. I mean, I'm going to be me. I can't help but do that. But I want this to be a place where people could come, share their ideas, share their stories, and all their experiences. And I don't want anybody to feel judged, because that shit sucks. See? It's like this. You're still trying to figure out what is Bigfoot and what is spirits, maybe both. Hell, I'm there too. I'm right there with you. That's what we've been talking about for the past hour. Thanks, Ray. I appreciate that. I'm trying. Like I said, I want the Ravens Outpost to be a place where people can get together. Like I said, share their ideas. I have this huge round table of people that want to know. And the more we get to the nitty-gritty of things, I think together we can get some answers. That's right. Together we're strong. And I fully intend to keep it that way. Those of you who come in here and share your ideas, I got your back. I promise you that. That's right. No, it's just us tonight. I didn't really plan on this. I did this on the fly. I had a brief live stream earlier this afternoon, and I said, you know what? I'm going to just do a half-hour lunchtime show, and then come back later on this evening. And here I am. Started out at 8. I might be doing this on a regular. Hopefully, I can do this on a regular on Monday nights, 8 o'clock, and then with some Wednesdays and Fridays. Do my live streams there too. All right, boss. All right. You have a good one. Come on back. Anytime. Ben. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Trying to find. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Pine Island Research is live. Okay. 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 I see. Oh yeah, text is live. I see that now. Sometimes it takes forever for my notifications to pop up. I don't know why that is. I like text. So you guys know who Cindy Goodbreak is, right? She did a live stream about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now, I guess. She had a luncheon with a bunch of other investigators and researchers, and Tex was among them. And there was a pile of them there recounting some of their the expeditions they were on, the encounters they've had. It was really cool. See how they talk about where they're at now is where we've been for a while, right? Where we're, pieced together a puzzle because we've had so many experiences outside. Yeah, I'm going to have to tune into that. I'm going to have to get in on that. Lockbeard's Guide. Well, I talk about all kinds of stuff when I get on here. I usually have some type of platform, set up, Yes, we do go deep here. I'm about ready to go deeper once I get my knowledge base a little bit more beefed up. Ancient North America. That would be interesting. Yes, 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 indeed. So here's what my plan is. I'm going to start building up my library. Easy for you to say, right? I have those problems. There's a lot of info about the burial mounds and how far back the indigenous people go here. A lot. According to some experts now, they say it's a lot more. They've been here a lot longer than what some people have originally thought they were. I know that. Do I have Prime? Yes, I do. What should I be watching? Damn. Wow. Tell you another fellow whose brain I'd like to pick is Gary from P3 Productions. Yeah, indeed I do. I believe in the Ouija board. I believe it's a good conduit if it's used properly. It has such a bad reputation. I used to have my reservations about it as a divination and a summoning device. But a Ouija board is so it's hard to deal with. It's hard to deal with. Yeah, Gary does know a lot, but he thinks the way we do. And I've coming to find out, he didn't always think that way. I mean, listen to his journey, the way it mirrors my own is just it's crazy about how his belief system about cryptids and the paranormal all are rolled into one. How everything's connected in some form or fashion, and how it led him down a spiritual journey, not a religious one. Now, I've been going down that road. Uh, do you want to come on and tell your story? There we go. No, I did not know that. But that doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me one bit. So, Ben, if you haven't done this before, try to use Google Chrome. That's the best way to get on the StreamYard. Everything else is going to mess with you. Yeah, and more often than not, they're looked at as a game, and that's the way it's been marketed, as a game, not as a tool for what it was originally meant for. And you figure you get enough hands of children that it's going to open up a pile of portals to let a pile of mess in. All right, all right.
Hey, dude.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Nice to meet you, man. I seen you on Moses' show a couple of times.
Yeah, that's my partner, man.
I hear you. He's
Yeah,
done a lot for me so far.
yeah,
What's
he's
up?
a good dude, man. Really good dude.
Yeah, he is. So what's your story, Hoss?
Can you hear the echo that I hear?
No.
Or does it sound all right?
Hold on. It might be coming from my end.
All right.
Let me switch over here. Let me get my headphones on. All right. There we go.
All right. Yeah, I don't hear it anymore at all.
Yeah, it was coming from my speakers.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, man.
So, all right. I have to. Okay. So my mom's family, they grew up in a haunted house,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom's mom, my grandma, used to push the Ouija board on us all the time for whatever reason. But she did, and this was in late '80s, and I'm 45 right now.
Okay.
So my mom didn't want us to play with it, but our grandma did for whatever reason. But that house was haunted. There was a lot of things that happened over there. But she would always push the Ouija board on us, and we used it a few times. Weird things happened every time we used it. So she told us, you just take it with y'all. So we took it with us, and we were teenagers. Um, we asked it what we wanted to ask, and it worked. It always worked. And it told my brother he'd be a doctor one day. Guess what he is right now? He's a doctor. Yes, he is. Yep.
Damn.
Yep. It told him it told you whatever you want to hear. And it did, for some reason, it did. It will tell you the future, but it will also lie to you. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it spells wrong. It has terrible spelling for some reason. Have you noticed that?
I've never used one personally.
Yeah, it's nothing to really play with. But okay, so it would want to be close to my brother all the time. So my brother, he got kind of he got really close to it, asking it, what, asking it advice about life. And it would tell him. And, if you would ask it something like what girl I'm going to be with next when you're a teenager, it would tell you what you want to hear. But my brother had a really good friend, and, he's still a good friend of ours. And one time, you still there?
Oh, yeah, I'm still here. I just give you the platform. Go ahead.
Okay. One time when we were, I'm going to call him RD. So one time when we were just chilling out and shit, we had a bonfire in South Louisiana, like we usually do. This guy decided he's going to start huffing brake cleaner.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. But this same dude has been playing with the Ouija board with my brother. He was my brother's best friend the whole time that my brother played with it. So my dad has a pond over there, and we made a bonfire by the pond. And my dad was my dad has the pond. It's really like two ponds, but so that's not really important. But they played with the Ouija board, and it told them what they wanted to hear. And then all of a sudden, they quit playing with it for a little while. I didn't play with it much. I watched them play with it. But this dude, when he huffed the brake cleaner, he got possessed. Dude, it was not him at all. He got possessed by some kind of spirit or some kind of being or something. Mm-hmm. He was talking a completely different language. We would go around the pond. We went around the pond, and we were whispering about him because we were worried about him. Dude, he would know exactly what we were saying. It was the craziest thing.
Okay, that's nuts.
Yeah. And he wanted my brother to come take his hand by the fire. The thing was after my brother. So it used his best friend. From what I can glean from right now, from being older and looking back and why this happened. I guessed it wanted him because of his willpower and, I don't know. But dude, he talked in a different language. He knew what we were saying across the pond. It just was not him. And he wanted my brother to come take his hand. I guess, like I just said, dude, the thing wanted my brother's power or whatever. I don't know. But, man, that's an actuality that happened.
What did you guys do after that? I mean, how long was he possessed?
I'd say about 20 minutes. What wound up happening is we all wound up going next to him and praying, and it knocked it out. And you know what? I might get some flack, but I'm not religious at all.
That's all right.
But we prayed, and it really, that worked. That worked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's the story. I'm not really good at telling stories, but that's really what happened.
That's good. I'm glad you told it, man. That's crazy.
So dude, it was not him. So I mean, it could only be from what I know. It could only be a demon, right? Or some other entity that entered his body.
That's the key thing right there. It may not have been a demon. It could have been some other type of spirit
Yeah.
that took him over. But that's not for me to say. I wasn't there.
I don't know either. I don't know if anything else. I really don't. I was taught, I was raised in a Catholic, and I really don't know of anything else.
It's possible. That's what I'm looking at.
What's that?
Where he was huffing the brake cleaner, got him high
Yeah,
enough to where
yeah,
made him susceptible to
yeah,
possession.
yeah. But I don't know if, something made him do it because he wouldn't have normally done that. It was really strange of him to do that. I mean, he would smoke weed and stuff like that. I mean, no huffing brake cleaner. It's just weird. The whole thing was so weird. The whole situation was just strange.
Damn. So what do you guys do with the Ouija board after that? You use it anymore?
No, no. But it told us what its name was. The Ouija board, whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it because I don't
No,
want to
no,
get it.
no.
I'm
Right,
not.
right.
I'm not. I'm not. And it
Yeah,
wasn't the one with the Z. It wasn't you know the normal one you would hear on the internet. It was
right,
something different.
right. Damn.
Yeah, but we brought it back to my grandma's, and you know what? Thinking about it now, that thing did appear back in a drawer in my brother's room. That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah. And then I tasked him with, get rid of it, because I'm his big brother.
Right.
Now I told him, bro, all of this happened. Get rid of it, man. So he, like I said, he was kind of connected to it, and you remember those Ford Bronco nights at
Oh
all?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The- So my mom had one of those, and he was washing it in the garage, and he saw a giant, like a 6 foot figure, like looked like a cloaked figure, not really. Well, I guess cloak or like one of the shadow figures. I guess he saw that, and then all of a sudden he had a squeegee on the top of the thing, and it dropped down, and it was coming straight for his face. But then it moved. It kind of did some weird aerodynamics, and it went stick into, where the door catch is, the
Mm-hmm.
little. It stuck into the door catch. Yep, that really happened.
Damn.
And then,
Damn.
yeah, then he had a succubus type incident. I won't expound on that, but it's a succubus type incident.
I guess everybody can draw their own conclusions to that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's
sharp
all you
teeth,
need.
sharp
Yeah.
teeth.
That's
Yeah.
all you get. That's all anybody needs to know. Damn, man.
So I'm still not a religious person, but I don't know. There are different things, man. There are different things than we are taught.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, dude, me and my dad were fishing. We fish Sakale at night. Um, and we heard something that sounded just like a siren, but it started changing pitches, and it was super loud. There was nothing that it could have been but a Sasquatch.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, dude, that's really what it was.
I mean,
We heard.
you straight up listen to the Ohio howl, and that's what it
Yeah,
sounds like. It sounds like an air
yes,
raid siren.
dude. You should. I mean, have you ever heard that before
That part, no.
in real life?
What I heard was it started out like as a roar, and it transferred into a howl to a scream. I mean, it's the weirdest damn thing. It was like
Mm.
three different types of animals into one.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
got you.
And it scared the hell out of me. I was by myself. I was camping by myself. It
Mm.
was it was my last night camping. I'd been there. That was my third night, and the next day I was going to be off the mountain. No,
Wow,
I was off the mountain that night.
I bet.
I
Yeah, I bet.
was done
Yeah,
because what I heard, man, it sounded huge, and
yeah.
all I had was a camp axe and a little 32 pistol for snakes, and that
Mm.
was it. And I know I said all this is going to do is piss it off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. It did it three. It did it three damn times.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was done.
that's it really makes you feel small whenever you feel all of a reverberation in your chest.
Dude, that's I've used that so many times how it makes you feel small.
It does, dude. It really does. I've felt that, and it makes me think about things when I was younger. Trees falling down for no reason. I'm in South Louisiana,
Okay.
so yeah, in a swamp. So there's something around. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. There's something around here, bro.
What about that Rougarou?
That's probably what the Rougarou is.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Do you listen to Sasquatch Chronicles?
Absolutely, man. It got me through some stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear you, man. I hear you, man. The one that they just came out with, they're talking about Catman, all kind of government stuff. It's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
know the government. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just getting ready to say I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. I think that the government has all kind of experiments going on.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's a fact. We were just talking about that earlier about how they've done experiments with ESP and other things like that. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
studying
definitely.
frequencies and all like that, and
Mm,
like dimensional travel and time travel maybe.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, because we didn't just during the Cold War we didn't just have the space race, right? I
No.
mean
Yeah.
we had the race to see who could have the best psychic spy.
You're right. You're right. You
We
are
had
absolutely right.
we had one of the best.
How old are you?
I'm 50.
All right. I'm 5 years younger than you. I remember the Cold War.
Yeah,
I
on the
remember the
call.
Cold War.
Yeah,
That was some scary shit, man. Dude,
damn right.
scary. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it
People who
was.
didn't live through it, people who didn't live through it, these youngins today don't know
I
what it's
know.
about.
I know. I was talking, dude. I talked with some coworkers, and they have no idea, bro.
Right.
That was scary shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So, so we had a competition with the Russians, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And they they had a lot of great scientists. We pulled some from Germany. They pulled some from Germany.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we had really great scientists on both sides. And with the whole remote viewing thing and all of that,
I know exactly where Fort Detrick is.
Yeah. Dude, this dude on Sasquatch Chronicles was talking about a cat man today. I was like, wow. What other kind of, I mean,
What other kind of cryptids are out there?
exactly.
It would not surprise me at all if they come up with some different type of chimera.
Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
To build some type of super soldier, because they've been working on that for a while.
You're right. I saw that.
They've been working on that since the 60s, late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah. And if we know that the Russians have been working on it, think about what we don't know that our government has been working on.
Exactly. I mean, dude, they've already got a guy. They had a guy who could see into a secret, highly fortified vault from thousands of miles away, like he was in it.
It's remote viewing. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
They've been doing that forever. They've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah. And there's so many. What kills me, man, and I hate to mean to cut you off. What kills me, man, is how people look at that and they just laugh. And I'm like, dude, okay, I'll sit back and wait for your ignorant behind to catch up.
Yeah. Well,
we know. It's all right.
They won't catch up until it hits them in the face. You know that, right?
It's true. You're absolutely right.
They won't catch up until it really slaps them in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. And by then it's too late.
You're right. It is.
It's a damn shame.
Man, you have a great forum right here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I knew you were cool whenever you were on Moog's show.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. I watched the episode and I was like, man, this is a good dude right here. You got to be open-minded.
Indeed, you do. But you can't be so open. But you can't be so open-minded your brains fall out. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. You believe in the prospect of, like, alien life?
Absolutely.
You believe that we could possibly be planted here?
Yep. Yes, I've thought about that. I've thought about how maybe we're the aliens on this planet.
Well, we might be. We very well might be. Because...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, man. But what else explains why they don't invade? Except if we are their experiment.
That's a very good point. It's a very good point. Then this. Oh, look here. This is what we say around here. It's all connected.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go watch some shows. If y'all say it already, but hey, if y'all agree with me, well, I think I found the right place where I'm supposed to be.
More than welcome, brother. You're more than welcome.
And anytime. I appreciate it, man. I really do. I think it's all connected.
Yeah. I mean, what made me really question it after a long time is because somebody posed this question to me. He says, what creature on this planet sticks out more than any other?
I mean, there's only one.
And that's us.
There's only one. Yep, you're right.
The human race.
You're right.
We're the only creature who has to manipulate its surroundings to survive. It can't just. We can't just survive on our own out in the elements. We need something to help us survive.
You're right.
So then you get to looking at the ancient alien theory and look into that, and people are like, oh, they're all crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. Oh, bullshit. There's some truth to it, man. There's got to be.
Well, there's got to. The way the mainstream media is, you are deemed a pariah if you don't just buy into all of the shit that they say.
Right. Yeah.
And
If
it's
you're not.
really evident right now. I don't, it doesn't matter how you stand on COVID, but if you don't believe what they say, you are the bad guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, my brother, who's a doctor right now, he's not, he really believes in the COVID stuff, the boosters and all of that garbage. I really don't. I
No.
don't want to. I don't want to take it right there and with the COVID stuff. So I think that we are some kind of experiment. I really do. Have you ever heard of Dr. David Jacobs?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has some really compelling stuff. Have you read his books?
No, I have not.
Well, he's a really interesting guy. I mean, he's done hypnotic regression on people who've been abducted, and he's gotten some pretty solid information that goes in the same way all the time, that we are being, we're gonna be surrendering this planet in a way, because like the Greys and us will be, they're doing a hybrid program, supposedly. I mean, I don't know, I'm just saying what I heard. They're doing a hybrid program, and that someday they will take over.
Um, Linda Milton Howe talks about that a lot.
Wow. Yeah, she's great.
She is.
She is. I watch. What is it? Earth Files.
Earth
Yeah.
Files. Earth Files. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I
This
watch that a lot.
this one right here turned me on to her.
Okay.
Yeah. Ray knows her stuff, man. Ray knows her stuff.
Dr. Judy Moskovitz and Dr. Young. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
She will turn you right in the right direction. The CRISPR program.
SPR program. Okay. What is the if Ray doesn't want to come on? No. Or
No, she's not feeling good right now.
okay, that's
I,
cool.
I'm
Yeah.
I've been trying to gently coax her on like getting on here and sharing her wealth of knowledge. 'Cause,
Come on, Ray. I would really like to know.
but I know she has actually been sick here lately, so
Yeah.
she's not feeling up to it right now. So I ain't pushing too damn hard.
Yeah, man. I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. But the alien thing is, dude, I saw something the other day. I wish I could. Well, I don't remember what it is, but there's this some kind of program where you can delve into different consciousnesses, or if that's the right word, and not consciousness. It's like, have you heard of like the theory that there are a bunch of different like there are a bunch of different like existences going on right now?
Oh yeah, the multidimensional theory. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
all yeah. We were actually talking about that earlier tonight.
Really?
Yeah. We're talking basically about frequencies. The biggest thing we were talking about tonight is dimensional frequencies.
Okay. All right. It's like
Yeah.
quantum.
Quantum physics. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you don't have to really study it to actually get into it and kind of because I'm dumb as a stump.
Me too.
But yeah, I'm picking up
Me
a
too.
little bit here, and there, and what's that? Anyway, kind of checking out chat there. Sorry,
No problem, man.
but how we're all made up of different frequencies. Every last bit of us are frequencies, and then you've got these frequencies are on a different level. How people talk about how Sasquatch can teleport. What if it's not so much a teleport as a shift from one dimension to another? What if these, like say the Ouija board, okay? Using that board is a way to alter a frequency, open a doorway from another dimension, and let some type of being in to this dimension, right? And working on frequencies.
Wow, that really does make sense.
We were talking about that a lot tonight.
Okay. So do you think that there's a different you?
I think so. I think it's possible, yeah.
Like going on, like there's a 10,000 or unlimited millions of different yous going on in the same, like right now, that you can switch over to, and that you would, it's like a decision you would make.
Right.
So do you think that there's all of those things and you could just switch and you be in that frequency?
I don't know if it's that simple, but I believe I believe that's how it works. There are different. There's a different you in an alternate dimension or parallel universe. And they're just separated from us through a thin veil of frequency, right?
Yeah.
I have a friend who swears up and down, and this has been going on for probably 35, almost 40 years now. He swears up and down that he switched places with another him.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that there was something happened because he's diabetic, right? And and doing all this research in the frequencies and this, that, and the other. He's a diabetic. He was having insulin reaction, right? And his blood sugar was either too low or too high. I can't remember which one it was at the time. And
what kind of diabetic is he?
He's a type 2.
Type 2. So his blood sugar must have been too high, and he had to take insulin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and he passed out in the back of his car.
Okay.
In the back of his mom's car. But he was probably about 16 when this happened. He's still working to get his car, his first one. Anyhow, he talked about how he fell asleep, and next thing he knows, he's waking up and he's in the driveway, standing there barefoot in the rain. And after that, I did a little documentary of it. He sent me his story and I read it. It's the video is entitled "The Man Out of Time," and he to this day swears up and down that I'm slightly different than the Lee he knew in the other dimension, and things are slightly different. He swears up and down.
Okay.
And I'm like, after everything I know now, everything I've seen, everything I've heard, all experiences I've had, and listening to people, give their experiences, I'm like, I can't deny this guy. I can't. And we've been friends. He's like a brother to me, right? He's one of these guys. We won't talk for a couple of months, but one of us will call each other up, and it's boom. It's like we never lost touch.
Yep, I know what you mean.
So I believe everything he says about it.
So is he different? He claims he's different, or you were different?
Me personally, I don't see a difference.
No, but what's he say?
He says there's a
This-
difference. I'm a different me.
So he says that you are different, or is he
Yeah.
different?
He says that everything here is different. He shifted. It's like he swapped. Maybe he swapped places with another him.
Okay.
Right.
So does he say everybody else is different?
Everybody that he knew, that we knew
Is
growing
different.
up, is different. Yeah,
Okay.
just slightly. He said my mannerisms are different. He says I got a smirk when I smile that wasn't the way it was before, and
Hey, Joe.
the way I laugh is a little bit, just a little bit different. It's crazy.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So dimension hopping. I've know somebody who's done that.
Really?
Who claims to have dimension hopped, and he's just.
Wow.
I mean, it's just. I don't know, man.
That's believable. It really is.
I cannot deny him that.
No.
Period.
You're right.
I mean, I believe him.
Yeah.
He's nothing to gain, and me, his wife, and maybe two other people that I know of that he's told this story to, and before he gave the story to me to let everybody else know about.
Wow. So, wow. That's really interesting. Because that's right along the lines of what we just talked about.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's really interesting.
I've thought about that too.
Yeah. Good question. Deja vu. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly where that has to come from.
It's just, have you ever experienced a moment where things just seem just a little out of place for some reason?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking deja vu. It's like I experience it every now and then. Like,
What's that?
it's kind of hard for me to put into words, other than every now and then
Mm-hmm.
things look different.
Hmm.
Yeah, it might be
Okay.
it might just be my state of mind. I don't know.
It could be, but you always have to trust your senses.
Yep, and
You
it's
always.
like, and it wouldn't until maybe, I don't know, 6-7 years ago that I really started putting two and two together. I've had it happen before, but I was like, it's just some type of deja vu or something like that, and I just going about my business. But
Yeah. So
okay,
in what way do you think they look different? Like the colors?
actually, yes,
Yeah. In what way?
colors, light. Sometimes they'll be a little bit more vivid. And then sometimes they'll go back to. Sometimes it's like they'll be like that for just a brief moment, maybe a
Yeah.
minute, and then it
Yeah.
goes back to what it was.
You don't. I mean, sometimes our brain. I don't know. I have no idea. But I've experienced something similar to that. Not exactly that. Have you walked under um, lights and they go off?
I have not. No.
Really?
Yeah.
Like street lights, stuff like that. I walk
Mm-mm.
under them and they go off sometimes. It's just strange. There's just strange things going on.
Yeah. Maybe that goes back to frequency.
You're right about that.
Maybe. There's a lot of maybes out there. It
Yeah.
could. I play devil's advocate. It could be coincidence.
It could be, but not
But
time and again. Not time after time after time.
Yeah, you can only count a coincidence twice before it's not a coincidence anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Wow, you really do have a good open forum for this your show, man. I really enjoy it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to look and see your other shows about whatever else you talked about. I watched your Moog show. You know, I like
Yeah,
Moog. He's a good ass dude.
he is. He's a good
Yeah.
guy.
I figured, yeah, y'all get along. I might as well, see how cool you are.
Dude, I appreciate it.
Yeah, cool ass dude, man.
Welcome to the Ravens Outpost, brother. Yeah. Let's see.
What's your take on Dog Man and stuff like that?
It's a scary ass cryptid I don't want to have anything to do with.
Okay.
I've never seen one, but
Yeah.
I've heard enough accounts to where I can say that I can't discount it. There's so many
you
people
heard?
out. There's so many people out there, man, who will just sit back and say, it doesn't exist. They don't have enough evidence to state it does. I say I have to heartily disagree with that.
So you think it does exist?
I think it does exist. I think that there's something out there that people are seeing, that they,
Yeah.
refer to as the dog man. Now, are they misidentifying a gugwe, which is a Sasquatch like type cryptid that has a snout, an elongated snout like a baboon?
Yeah.
Maybe. But I don't know. You hear of all different kinds.
What do you make of the mountain giants?
The mountain giants. I believe they exist too. There's a lot of they're the ones that people have a hard time, really, really have a hard time warming up to.
Warming up to? What you mean by warming up to?
At their existence.
Okay. Yeah.
The idea of the mountain giant is really something that people have a hard time believing in.
Yeah. People have a hard time believing in anything that the mainstream media tells them doesn't exist.
Right. Dude, it's just crazy.
Aliens? No, they don't exist. Ask the normal person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess normal, but not really normal. Ask the, sheep person. Somebody who can't really think for themselves. Ask them, and, they'll tell you none of this exists. But it does exist.
I do. I believe they do. All this so-called disclosure that the government has released, the Tic Tac video. Dude, we've known about that for years. Come on.
Dude, how many years? Since the 40s?
Yeah.
Since the last century, 40s? Yes. Yeah, Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, most people do. I don't think that for a second. No way. That's no way that's possible.
I didn't see this earlier. Sorry, Ray.
The newest Sasquatch Chronicles talks about the cat man.
I'm going to have to listen to that tonight.
Yeah, the cat man.
There's no two ways around that. I'm going to have to listen to that tonight.
Yeah. I mean, wow. I don't know. But man, I'm so happy for Wes Germer to bring this shit to us. You know,
Me too. Me too.
I like the Steve How to Hunt is dog dude.
I
To
love
let,
Steve.
yeah, me too, man. To let people know what's going on.
Hmm.
I mean, we deserve to know.
Absolutely.
I mean, the government doesn't think we do, but I think we do.
When they're shutting him up, you know he's doing something right.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, whenever they shut him down, I'm gonna follow him so wherever. No, so Home Alone. All right.
I got a cat on my keyboard. She keeps hitting buttons.
Oh man, ain't
Little
no big deal.
little shit.
Yeah, man. So
Feed them ravens, Lockbeard.
Log Bear. I've
Welcome
seen
here.
I've seen him on Moe show. I've never really met Log Bear though. Uncle Bones. I don't know Uncle Bones either.
Gaslighter. I gotta heavily disagree with you there. I
How
think
do
he tells it.
you
I think he tells it like it is.
how do you support that argument, Donald Fuller? Please tell me.
Yeah. All he's doing is reading people's accounts. People email him. He reads their accounts. He goes on
Yeah,
about he has his own
he's had his
he's got his
sightings.
own. Yeah.
He's had
He
his sightings and Steve. Okay. He's had his own sightings, and he's just letting people say what they need to say.
right.
I'd like to know what Donald thinks. I don't understand the gaslighting thing.
I don't either. But I mean, he's entitled to his own opinion.
Yeah, you're right. You're
True.
right about that. So
True.
gaslighting is making somebody think that something happened when it really didn't
It
happen.
didn't happen. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's going on with this situation we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at that one right there.
Okay.
Okay, he's talking about this. This is an entirely different story.
She started about Bobby Short getting murdered.
Yeah, the Bluff Creek conspiracy is a tangled mess I'd rather not get into right now.
Yeah, we don't have to get into it. I don't know much about it, but exactly what I'm gonna say, I don't know much about it. So I can't talk about it. I don't know anything about it. But yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah, I actually went back and listened to a bunch of that stuff here not too long ago.
What do you make of it?
Um, I don't know enough to make an honest and educated opinion on that. To be honest,
Great answer. That's a good answer.
because quite frankly, I really don't have a dog in that hunt. I don't.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, I I've listened to some of the things that's been told, taking it on face value. It's pretty. If it really happened, it's some messed up stuff.
Yeah.
If it really happened, but like I
But
said,
is it
I
just
can't tell it.
but you have to weigh it out on, hearsay, right?
Right, and like I said, I don't know enough.
Yeah,
I I
exactly.
I know enough about Steve's character to know that he wouldn't bullshit you though.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do.
I've heard him speak his mind enough about certain people in the Bigfoot community
Yeah.
and tell it like it is
Yeah.
and call it out. And I have done some research on that. And I was actually doing research on that way before he ever brought it up.
On what?
Um,
Oh,
yeah, finding Bigfoot crew and all this other stuff, and
okay. Yeah.
how there are others out here who just are preying on the weak,
Man, they
more
suppress
or
the
less.
womb.
Yeah, they hardcore suppress the woo,
Yeah.
and
Well,
what they've done is turn the term woo into a derogatory term.
yeah, they tried.
They have.
I guess woo is a derogatory term. I guess they have succeeded, you know?
Yeah, in the Bigfoot world, yeah, when we're talking about that.
Yeah.
But most of us here have already experienced what they would normally call woo anyway. I mean, we know it exists.
But what you talk about, I mean, I haven't really seen your videos or anything, but I mean, talking about different quantum physics and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that can, that's entirely possible. All of the woo that they fucking want to dismiss, you know?
Right. When you put it in, when you put a scientific spin on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry for cursing. It's just.
No, it's all right, man. Speak freely. Only time I'm going to try and censor anybody is if they start a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I won't do that.
That's just, I don't.
I will not do that.
No.
Now,
you strike me as
I'm talking to you, buddy.
You too, Hoss. You too. You strike me as a good, solid dude. I like to keep you around, man. Good, solid dude.
I'll be around.
I'm thinking we've at the 2-hour mark, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We're at the 2-hour mark.
Bro?
Yeah, I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to try not to do any more 4-hour live streams.
Yeah. Dude, I caught y'all at the, probably the 4th hour the other day. I don't know if you noticed that.
It got a little squirrely, didn't it?
It did. But shit, man. I appreciate the shit out of you.
Thank you, man. Back at you.
The other time there was Miss Dill.
Yeah. She was wide open, wasn't she?
Yeah. I love me some Miss Dill. Definitely. All right, buddy.
All right.
It's good having a discussion with you, buddy.
Same here, man. You're welcome back anytime, Hoss.
Thank you very much. I'm about to hang up, bro. But,
all right, man.
I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you. It's good to hear. Thank you for the kind words.
Okay, man.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right.
All right, everybody. We're at the 2-hour and 10-minute mark. It's been a great night. We've had a great chat here. And I have learned something, so. And Don Fuller, you're entitled to your opinion, sir. I respect that. So, everybody, I'll be back here, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I'll be back here Wednesday night at midnight for another episode of The Raven's Eye here on The Raven's Outpost. So, until then, everybody, thank you for coming by. Thank you for coming on and sharing your stories and sharing your ideas. Thanks, everybody. Until next time, I love you, mean it.